Nobody got nothing in my pocket. Beverly Hills.
This is another Ryan's Remarks, continuing on with frequently asked sales and marketing questions. This week we have another question. I encourage you to keep sending them in, and I've not seen this yet. This is from Brian Riley. It says, when should you not send out your most critical sales and marketing message? That's basically the crux of the question. I'm going to borrow from a lady that wrote a great entrepreneur book, Beth Jones, and she used the word shout as a way to remember when not to send out critical communications through email, social media, in person. And the acronym stands, Brian, for shout. SAD. When you're sad, don't do it. We're not feeling the way we should. Those emotions will pass. When you're H, hungry, most of the time, I know when I'm hungry, I'm grumpy, and that's not a good time to send out critical communications in marketing and sales or even meetings. The A of shout is when you're angry. Obviously, we've all had a chance in our lives where we've sent that email out and we regret it, or we say something we regret, or we slam a door and we feel foolish later. So not when we're angry. L for shout is lonely. When we're maybe depressed or feeling a little down, we write something we wouldn't have otherwise, or maybe it's something that's just a feeling that's going to go away. So I say don't send something, a critical piece of sales and marketing communications, when you're lonely. And lastly, the T stands for tired. When we're tired, we make mistakes. We send things we shouldn't. We make erroneous errors. I know I do, and sending out emails and misspellings and so forth. So when you're tired, you need to take a break and relook and revisit. And oftentimes, I think in our critical sales and marketing communications, before you tweet, before you post, before you blog, before you podcast, before you do a video, before you give a speech, you need to be in a state where you're not sad, you're not hungry, you're not angry and flying off the handle, you're not lonely and kind of pulled away from everybody, and you're not tired and just dragging, because any of those type of emotions are not good things, and they will lead to poor communications. So Brian, that was a great question. I use the shout rule. I think if we follow that, I've given that advice to a lot of people. It was something that stuck with me in terms of when to send out and when not to send out critical communications or our sales and marketing efforts. This is another Ryan's Remarks. Please keep your questions and insights coming each week, and we will try to answer them. Thanks so much.
Ain't nobody got nothing in my pocket. Beverly Hills. That's where